Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class, the acronym MSOON, Making Something Out of Nothing. This is the class all about recycling crafts, upcycling, and repurposing objects to make something beautiful. Today, I asked you all to get a few materials so that we could basically go in between our projects to do like a little icebreaker or just something quick before we go into something more time consuming. So the last project that we finished were our cardboard shells. Some of us are still working on them, so we'll be able to show them later. So today we're supposed to have some 8x8. I just decided to make my 8x8 cardboard pieces, and I pre-spray painted them white. If you have any of these things, please go ahead and get your pieces out. Also, I said to go ahead and make one black, but for some reason I couldn't find my black spray paint, so I just used purple. So you can do whatever you have to do. Also, I said if you're able to possibly make a circle about the size of a large plate. Any size you have is good. I also have a circle the same size, but it's purple instead of black. So as you can see, I have a few colors. Today I have red. Let me come a little closer so you can see it. All right, today I have red, orange, yellow, green. I have a light blue, a medium blue, a dark blue, and a pink. And so whatever colors you have to work with as it pertains to the paint, feel free. I also have a couple of toothbrushes that I'm going to work with. I have a paintbrush. I have a spatula, a plastic spatula. I have a sponge, just in case. I have another large, wide, flat brush. I said to, please, if you could recycle a fork, and I just simply meant like plasticware. I have a fork in case I needed a spoon and a knife. I have some paper towels over here. I have some Q-tips just for the project that we're gonna do today. And I have a couple of rubber bands. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is move all of these pieces out of the way except for our white circle so that I don't get anything on those other pieces until I'm ready to use them. And let me get a little closer to the table. Thank you all for joining today. Hope you all have enjoyed your holiday.
Stuff together because we were in class last week.
All right. So the first piece that I really want to paint is on one of the 8x8 squares, but I want to go ahead and pre-prep this particular piece because it takes some drying time. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be using 5 colors on that. And so I'm going to kind of be moving just a little bit slow so that you're able to get your materials at the same time. We're going to use light blue. We're going to use red. We're going to use pink, orange, and yellow. And in that order. All right. So the first thing I want to do is just take each color and put just a little bit. Sorry, let me make sure to shake this. Just put a little bit on the board, on the circle going from the blue at the top in a descending order down to the bottom with each color. So I'm gonna need a separate sheet of paper over here just in case this splatters out. I'll be ready. All right. So I just need a little blue. Please be mindful of your background noise. Someone's humming. Please mute yourselves if you don't have any questions or anything to ask. All right, the next color I'm going to use is red. And I guess I'll just keep these open because I'm going to use them again. The next one is pink. Oh my goodness. That's why I had that paper to the side in case it splattered out like that. The next color is going to be orange. And then the last color is going to be yellow. And so, as you can see, the amount of paint that I used on the circle, the white circle, is considerable. All right. And so, as you can see, I have a palette to the side with some white paint on it because we're going to be using this white paint today to mix colors. So right now I want to get a wide brush that's dry, and I'm going to take some white and just dabble white in between each color. Just like so. And now I'm going to start from the top where I had the blue and go to the bottom, brushing the paint out from side to side until it has a really good blend. But before I do that, I don't want to mess up the newspaper that I have down, so I'm going to get another piece. All right, always have some paper around. That's cut, sorry. All right, so we have our paper here. And I know that the paint is going to run out to the sides. That's why I'm getting some paper, some extra paper that I can just ball up and throw away. All right, now I'm taking my brush and I'm just releasing some of that white paint up off of it. And I'm going to go ahead and start to just, let's see if I can get that a little closer. gonna go ahead and just start painting side to side till I get like a good blend on that. And I don't want to go back to the top. I just want to keep going down. Keeping it as straight as possible. All right. So what I'm going to do is rub this off on the paper a bit. Have a cup of water to the side. I'm cleaning that brush and drying it off on the paper towel as much as possible. And for me, it looks really, really good, but I just want to get a little bit more white paint and kind of blend in my blue here at the top. All right, so that's really great. And the reason why I wanted to do this piece first is to give it a little bit of time to dry so that we can come back to it. What I'm going to do is pull this to the edge of the table so that I can put my hand under it to put it on another piece of newspaper to the side and let it dry. So since I had double pieces here, I can take this piece up, ball it up, throw it in the trash, and I'm just gonna sit this piece down on the floor right now to dry as much as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and go to another piece. All right. So next, I am going to get the white 8x8 square. Anybody have any questions or anything you want to ask while I'm working, please feel free to do so.
I would just like to make a statement that doing that project, the circle, it has given me so many ideas already.
Okay, that's really good. Because just because I'm showing you one thing to do and like a technique per se, I would like for you all to always take things a step further. If it inspires you, gives you some other ideas as to what you can do, please feel free. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So now we have this 8x8 square, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a few colors here. We're gonna use, in this order, we're gonna use red. And with this particular piece, we will be using a toothbrush. And you can either use a brush with a fine point or maybe a toothpick would even work as well. So in this order, we're going to be using, I would say, red, orange, yellow, And as you can see, the way that these colors are lining up, the first colors, red, orange, and yellow, are what kind of colors?
Those are your warm colors.
Warm colors. Good job.
Warm colors.
All right. And so next we're going to have green. Someone please mute yourself. Green. We're going to have light blue, which is right here. We're going to use, I think I'll use the medium blue rather than the dark blue, and pink.
What kind of blue?
Medium blue. I mean, I'm just saying medium blue because you might have several shades. There are so many different shades of blue, but just to differentiate, I have two blues. One looks light, one looks dark, but one is called primary blue and one is ultramarine blue, but it doesn't matter. And then I have a dark blue, which is the phthalo blue. So it doesn't matter the color, just as long as you have like a variation or whatever you have to work with really will work. It's fine, trust me. All right, so you may not have this array of colors, but if you have whatever you have, you just want to experiment and use that anyway. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors in this small.
The last color.
The last color was pink.
Okay, pink. Thank you.
So I said red, orange, yellow, green, blue, light blue, dark blue, then pink. All right, so we have this 8 by 8 square, and what I'm going to do is I could make a picture in the diamond shape as pertains to framing, but I think I'm going to keep it upright anyway and swerve the piece. And so what I want to do is from one, let me raise my camera again or bring it closer for you all. All right. I want to, in a curved shape, like so, I want to put every color down that I have. Just be careful. It kind of came out quick. I'm just going to keep going. There are no mistakes in art. Green. Light blue. Dark blue. And pink. As you can see, the paint is not overrunning the board, and it's like, you know, about the same amount going down, descending in a curve. All right, I'm just going to move these back a bit. Always keep your space neat.
What kind of board is that you're putting it on?
Cardboard.
It's cardboard.
Remember last week I asked you all to get some 8 by 8 pieces of cardboard and pre-paint them white and black so that we can do projects together today. It's no problem if you didn't get a chance. You can always look back on YouTube to see the video.
Right. My computer went out on me, all the computers on the last time.
It's no problem. You can always look back on YouTube and see the video to see just what we've done to,
Right.
in case you want to, you know, remake some of these pieces later. And just like Miss Etheria was saying, they might inspire you to do something else. You were saying something, Miss Vicky?
Yeah, Kim, are we supposed to be doing this project now or later?
Now,
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
last week I gave you all I gave you
Kim,
all the supplies that you were supposed to need, and I asked you to write them down. And I said, if you wanted to make them with me today and have the circle done with the square, but however, if you don't have it done today, again, you can look on YouTube and do it later.
Kim, I
All right.
have the equipment. I didn't hear you say, let's start doing this now. I have the circles and the squares, but you were going kind of fast and I didn't know we were supposed to be
Okay, you
doing.
can catch up now. First of all, I've already done, I started on the circle and did the background. So right now I'm on the second project. If you want to join, just go ahead and do so. All right, so right now I have my toothbrush, and don't forget that we're recording it. I don't know if I actually said everything clearly, but I have to keep going because I am in the classroom setting.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right. So I'm keeping my brush dry, so to speak, but just putting a little bit of that white acrylic. I'm using acrylic paints just to give myself some mixing. It's not overly red with white. Some mixing paint on here. And all I'm going to do now is start from the top, and you're gonna go from right to left or left to right, whatever you prefer, but you want to do that all the way down from the top. I think I need a little bit more white. And all you're going to do is scrape outward. Each color. Until you get to the bottom. All right. This is, so I'm putting this toothbrush to the side, and this is basically a feather. And all you're gonna do now is either take a toothpick or your fine tipped brush, and we're going to draw a white line going all the way through, which is going to be the vein of the feather, all the way through all the way through.
Kim, that square is not painted, correct? It's just the white cardboard.
No, it's regular brown cardboard, but I painted it white.
Oh, okay.
Y'all wasn't in class last week?
I was, but it just looked like some cardboard had some white backing to it.
Some white what?
One side be white.
It's both white on, I painted both sides.
No, I mean some cardboard come white.
Oh, okay, yes it does. So last week, Miss Jennifer, I think, asked me, were we supposed to paint both sides of the cardboard? I said, possibly if you're gonna do 2 pictures on each side, you can have your artwork hanging and maybe it's spinning or something. But I just decided to make my cardboard white on the back. I don't know, just to make it clean. However, I'm still probably gonna frame it, so it doesn't matter. And so even though I've just taken this white line through the feather, I'm going to put some of the colors from the tooth brush on my detailed brush and paint the end of the stem to the feather coming out. All right, somebody
I
got some
love
real
that.
bad noise
That is
going on.
gorgeous.
Somebody be mindful of your noise. Please mute yourselves. Sorry. I mean, it's really, really loud. All right, so I do want to take my white and go all the way to the tip. And when this dries, I can definitely sign it, paint it. But before I go on, I want to, somebody please mute yourself. Your TV is on. All right, so I just want to take a little bit of this paint up on my toothbrush. And I'm going to put a little bit of white from the side on here as well. And I want to take another piece of newspaper to protect the paper that I have down. All right. So to just give my background a little color, I'm gently picking this up and being mindful that it's wet. So I'm sitting this right on the center because I want to just make a little bit of spackle stand behind this. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right. So
Kim, I'm sorry, I missed that last step. I turned my head.
once again, I just took the brush and it had some of the color in there, and I just
Oh, I see what you did. I
did
see.
a spackle kind of background.
Okay.
So you can be creative and do all sorts of things what you deem would be beautiful. And I'm just gonna sit this piece to the side.
I love it.
This piece is done. I'm gonna sit that to the side and let it dry. And since the
I have a question.
give me 1 second so I can concentrate on what you're saying. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Once it dries, I know you said that you're gonna frame yours, but can glass be put on top of that in the frame? I mean, can
Yes,
you
I
frame with
would,
glass?
since it's on cardboard, I would probably just, after it dries completely, give it a nice, clean, swift spray of the clear acrylic spray.
I can't understand.
I said I would give it, once the pieces dry, since they are on cardboard, I would give it a nice, clean, even spray of clear acrylic spray. The clear
Okay.
coat of spray that you protect your pictures and paintings with.
Yes.
No? Okay.
But can you put it in a glass frame? Will it stick to the
That's what I'm
glass?
saying. Before I put it in the glass frame, I will put that clear coat over it to protect it.
Okay.
Let it dry.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So I was expecting to go back to the circular piece right now. However, I'm not ready for that because it still needs just a little bit more time to dry. And so since this is I almost forgot, this is the spackle paper. I need to ball it up before it makes a mess somewhere. And some more paper that I had that had paint on it, so as not to get paint anywhere. And so next we're gonna do a piece on this circle right here. The first circle we had was white, and this one is purple, but really it's supposed to be black. And we're gonna use just a few Q-tips with the rubber band wrapped on them. I need 3 sets. So right here I have one on one end. The second end I have to make another one. So I just said that I would make another one while we are on in class together, have one already pre-made. And so I'm going to wrap my rubber band around the piece or the Q-tips. And the colors that we're going to use for this piece, we're going to use 3 main colors. We're going to add in white, of course, for our blending, but this piece is going to only be 3 colors. We're going to be using yellow, light blue, or the lightest blue that you have, and pink. Yikes. All right. So let's bring this piece closer. And we'll continue to do a couple more of these paint projects probably next week until we get our shelves completely done or whatever you all, just to give you all enough time to complete some of the things that you have been working on before we go on to our next big project that's going to be time consuming. All right, so I have my circle here, and what I'm going to do is maybe possibly not half of the piece, but in the center. So that's going to be probably like a third the height of the piece. You want to put 3 dollops of paint. And the next color is going to be blue. And the next color is going to be pink. So as you can see, about the amount of paint that I have on each, that I have on the actual circle. And what I'm going to do is just bring the camera a little closer so that you all can see exactly what I'm doing. All right, so I want to kind of just even out my Q-tips by beating them on the table. And I'm going to start with the lightest color first, I guess, and kind of just start to paint maybe like the shape of a tree.
And how many Q-tips do you have just about?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, probably about 20. So once again, I'm patting this kind of like in the shape of a tree. You can lift it up a little if you need to see it, but just be mindful that you have the other paint on the other side that will run. And so that's why I was saying you need 3 separate ones to do all 3 colors. But right now I'm just going to flip that to the other side and work on my blue. Hope you all get a chance to create these pieces or recreate your own. It's really, really fun and simple. And come back later and share the pieces with everyone. All right, and then I'm gonna set this to the side before I make a mess. But I wanna get a piece of paper towel to sit it on rather than messing up my original base newspaper that I have down. And so I'm gonna even out the last set of Q-tips that I have to do the third tree.
It's hard to tell, but did you come about halfway down the board?
I'll show you. So it's a little bit lower than half, but it's still, yes, about half.
Okay. Yes.
So each time I kind of do the work, I'll hold it up to show you all. And as you can see, as I painted, I made sure not to mix the colors. Just try to keep everything separate. So far, that's what we have. And what I'm going to do now is sit those Q-tips to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more of just a little bit in a line, yellow, straight across, blue, and then the pink. So only thing you need is a small amount, just a line going straight across. And now I'm going to take another toothbrush, and I'm going to start with the lightest color and just brush downward. But I want to make the same shapes that I made before that the trees are already in. Same shapes. It's like making an upside down tree. And once again,
Well, Kim, mine doesn't look like a tree.
it's okay. Just keep going. So I had to get another piece of paper in case I scrape down. All right. I want to just clean that brush a bit so that I don't muddy up my blue with the yellow and make it green. I'm going to dry it off some because I only have 3 toothbrushes and I want to use the toothbrush for my last picture. Now we're going to brush that blue down. Straight down like a tree. All right, once again, I'm cleaning my toothbrush as best I can. one technique would have been to go ahead and do the pink before the blue. You always want to do light to dark colors so that the darkest color won't mess up your brush.
It's hard to understand what you're saying.
I was saying it would have been ideal to go ahead and do the pink one first, because you going from light to dark, you don't want to get a dark color in your brush.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we've done that. And so right now I just want to get a card. This is actually like a ticket from when I just went out of town. You can use a card, a folded piece of paper, a business card, whatever you like. And what I'm going to do is take the white paint and just hit the edge of the card into the white paint like so. And I'm going to make some lines across this entire piece. Like so. And since I just said to myself that I should have done the pink first, I'll make sure the last time I'm going to go ahead and do the pink first now. And continuing on until I do the blue. All right, and so I'm just going to sit that card to the side, and I'm going to take my detailed brush and use this white. I'm going to turn this circle all the way around, and I'm going to add a trunk and branches to the trees. I need to get a thicker brush.
Oh, I thought you said toothbrush. I'm trying to write and listen.
No, paintbrush, love, paintbrush.
Okay.
So for some reason, I can't see that well upside down what I'm doing. I want to turn it around. And then the last tree trunk. And then I'm using, that was like a medium brush. I'm going to use my smaller brush to add smaller branches. And so you just continue to add a few more branches, right and left, each trunk, making the piece look natural. We're going to go ahead and finish the pink tree. Then we'll be moving right back on to our project that we started off with. All right. And so that's our second piece right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and get our last piece that we started on.
Kim, what I see is the reflection of the trees in the water.
Yes, ma'am. Good observation. Good observation. All right. So we're going back to our first project.
Nice.
Thank you so much. So we're going back to our first project. And what I'm going to do is get a clean sheet of paper. Once again, that was all messed up. I'm going to go ahead and toss these things. I don't need them anymore. And I'm putting these back in the row. And I'm adding my paper. And whether the piece is completely dry or not, you even want some moisture on the piece. We're going to just go ahead and work with it. And so this is our piece back right here. All right, the colors that we're going to use to finish this beautiful art piece off will be white. So I really wish I had the same container that I have with those other paints, but I don't. And we're going to use them in this order: white, light blue, medium blue. We're going to use green and then dark blue. All right, so for today, what I'm going to do is just quickly take some of this disinfectant wipes and quickly wipe these paints off that I don't need anymore. So we're done with those for today. And I'm going to throw that in the trash. All right. So once again, since I don't have more of a squeeze bottle for the white, I'm just going to place it on here in the areas that I need. All right. So what you're going to do is start to kind of make a curve with the white, so to speak. From from the center down. And I'm doing that with a plastic knife, just doing what I have to do. I made a drip of white in the center right there, which was kind of like a mistake, but since white blends really well anyway, it's fine. All right, I'm just gonna sit that knife to the side. I may need it again. And the next color I'm going to get, I'm just gonna put that white in the back, it's in the way, is going to be light blue. I'm gonna take my time. Just kind of make a light line going around like so. I'm closing that color up. I don't think I need it anymore. Next color is going to be medium blue. Same thing. Just a quick light line going around. Then I'm going to, the reason why I closed those up because I didn't see anything on the top to be wiped off. I'm going to do green. And then I'm going to do the dark blue. So the next thing I want to do is take my toothbrush. I have a third toothbrush I was telling you all about. I said I only had 3 for my 3 projects. And then I'm going to use a toothbrush to paint out like so. First I want to dip it into the white just to get...
Sorry, Kim, what was that last color you put on?
I have white, light blue, medium blue, green, then dark blue.
Okay.
Then I'm dipping my toothbrush into the white paint. And then I'm going to just kind of paint it out like so.
Ooh.
And I need to wipe a bit of this paint off. And I need some white. Yeah. I'm using the white just to make some flurries on the top. Wiping a little bit of my paint off again. If the brush gets too filled up with paint that you don't want, just wipe it off.
Oh, I see what that is.
Okay, so I'm gonna get another paper towel just to wipe my toothbrush off. Now the paint is looking a bit light blue, and I'm gonna just kind of mix that with some white to get a sea spray type of color. I'm gonna move all that paint back out of the way. And once again, I'm gonna use my toothbrush in my hand just to hit like this to make a light spackle. So what I need, if it's not moving, is just a little bit of water.
Wow.
Okay, so what I want to do from there is just take my detailed brush, clean it, and get some of the dark blue. I can just put on this paper towel over here. And I'm going to paint a bird.
What is that?
And I think I'm gonna do just a next small bird. All right. And so just because I have this this ocean wave and the background is like it is, you know, you can add a sun if you like. Feel free to be creative. Just making sure my wave pattern is how I want it. All right. So I'm just gonna do one thing.
That was a bird you put in there, correct?
Yes, ma'am, I did 2 birds. So I want to get all this paper up. Miss Jean, please mute yourself.
I turned it off. I had it off.
Somebody needs to mute themselves. We hear your conversation.
I'm muted.
All right. So today we've completed 3 pictures in about an hour. And the 3 pictures that we completed today. So once again, I have some more cardboard squares and circles to next week. If you all want to complete any of these projects, please pre-spray or pre-paint your cardboard circles, squares, whatever shape you like. You can frame these pieces, you can hang them, you can exhibit them, you can give them as gifts. All right.
Can you move the bottom ones up a little bit so I can see? Okay. Oh, that's
One
beautiful.
with our trees. This is our feather.
Kim, I really enjoyed this class.
Thank you. And here is the ocean wave with some water splattering or splashing all around. So that was the one bird, and that's a small bird right there.
Okay.
So you're gonna put them in a frame and then hang them on the wall?
Yes, I can frame them. I can put them in a book. I can, yes, I'm definitely planning on framing them, giving them away. Something like that. So if you all want to create some other simple paintings with me next week, please have your cardboard prepped. You can use any shapes that you like. You want to have either some 8x8 squares. Right now I have 2 more that I can work on. And you want to have some circles about the size of a large plate from your kitchen. If you want to use any surface or something that's even a little larger, you know, sometimes instead of making all large pieces, sometimes people want more smaller artwork because they already have so many things around their home. But however, these small pieces lend to making some really quick and simple pieces, and it's all done on cardboard. So please pre-prep your pieces. Even though I planned on using black, I only had purple, but I have some black for next week. I plan on having like 2 8x8 squares and maybe a circle, a couple of circles, so that we can do a couple of new paintings together. Anybody have any suggestions, questions, comments?
I have one question, but it's not related to this class, but it's related to cardboard.
No problem.
Okay. I don't know what to put around the edges, you know, where the cardboard meets. The cardboard meets with the,
Is that a guitar shelf?
yeah.
It's so beautiful.
The cardboard, it looks bad around the edges.
Let's see. Okay.
Nice.
And I'm gonna put African symbols around the outside edges.
Right.
Okay, I'm making my symbols, but it looks raggedy around the edges. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, then you can.
Only thing I can do is only thing I can say is you can take some sharp scissors to cut around the edge per se. I mean, unless you're really skilled with the X-Acto knife or maybe a box cutter, you know, lay it down on a cutting board to cut it like that. I mean, that's the one thing you got to make sure before you put those shelves and the outside rim on, is just making sure that you cut it straight. But that really, really looks good. So don't give up. And if you have to bring that to the classroom setting to get some assistance from me. It's no problem, but I believe you can cut that a little straighter with some, you need some sharper scissors.
Okay.
You need an X-Acto knife, but please be very careful if you're using anything like an X-Acto knife or a.
Can you hold it up the long way so we can see the whole thing at once? Turn it the other way, the long way.
Side.
Ah, okay, that's
I
better.
haven't finished
That's
working.
nice.
That's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really good.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Gimme.
So, let me probably try to show this young lady what I'm trying to talk about, what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Miss Jacqueline,
Yes.
so I'm just gonna get my house to show you what I mean.
The inside also where you glue it.
If this was your edge, and like you say, your edges are raggedy,
Yeah.
what you can do is take your scissors and go back and do like this. You know, line it up.
Right.
Or maybe an X-Acto knife or something to maybe lay it down and do it as well.
Okay. The back doesn't mean that much because it'll be against the wall.
Yes, ma'am.
But the inside where you glue it together, it doesn't look good either on the inside around the edges. So maybe some cording or something. I was wondering what to put on the inside.
Well, you know, like
That glue.
you can decorate it with something, because even though I was saying that I didn't like my edges on my African shelf, and I ended up putting these beads on there.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You see, I'm touching the beads and they're not coming off because I put
Yeah, the edges look bad.
I put 2 coats of Mod Podge on it to seal the beads in. So you can put some cord or ribbon, or try different materials to see how it might look.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have any questions? Show and share.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to show you what I was trying to work on with you.
Okay.
Ooh.
You gotta turn it around.
Oh.
She said, "Oh."
It didn't come out like a tree.
Yes, it did. It looks good.
Miss Jennifer, you, and I'm me, but everybody's artwork is gonna be different. Like, it really does look beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
You nailed it.
I like the way the water reflects the trees and the shimmering of the water.
Oh.
Yes.
And it looks like you use green, like you got a green tree, rather than and that looks really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, you got something else to share over there? I see a lot of stuff on that table.
It's a mess over here.
Mr. Ronnie, you hiding?
He hiding it.
Ain't no shame in my game. I didn't know what I was doing, so I just did something.
Oh, he did a hand. Is that a hand? Handprint. Yeah.
I still like it. That looks nice.
It's abstract.
Yep.
You got a bird?
Abstract piece, but it looks nice.
Oh, you did your water already too?
Hey, show us your wave.
Jennifer. And don't be scared to hold that wave up. Let's see it. At least you tried. It's okay.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. It looks like you got some sand or something on the side. It looks kind of sandish. I like that. That looks good. All you have to do is take your wave over some more. Just take it over a little bit more. Or even just leave it just like that. It looks really good. What else, Mr. Rennie? Okay. That's psychedelic. Something for the mind.
Yeah.
That looks really, really
know, it's gorgeous.
So, Mr. Running, what did you do that feather with? What did you use to brush it out? Did you use a brush? I think y'all have to unmute yourself.
I used a toothbrush
A toothbrush, okay, cool.
and then I touched it up with the regular brush on certain spots.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's really good. And so, you all are painting on cardboard, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank y'all so much for sharing those. Anybody else want to share any project from any session, anything at all? Anybody have any comments, questions? All right. So once again, I might be able to hold those pieces up a little bit better next week when we have class and they dry more. And we're gonna go ahead and do a few more paintings. I hope you all please make your cardboard canvases. They can be any background color you want, preferably white and black or white or black. You see, I use purple today, so any color is good. We're gonna go ahead and paint about maybe 3 more pictures or something next week, maybe 3 or 4 if we can get them in for the time of the class. And, I hope you all have enjoyed class today and the techniques that I've shown you all that are so simple and fun. And please join me next week for making something out of nothing. My name is Kimberlie Wright. I want you all to have a wonderful, positive, prosperous, and beautiful day.
Thank you. You too.
You too, Kim. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have fun.